Hello everyone, another gorgeous sunshiny day today it is. And today I wanted to talk about your associations. The people who you associate with every day, are they the type of people that are supportive, or would you be better off without them in your life? And this goes for friends, family, associates, people at work, and anybody else for that matter. I mean, are these people truly there for you? If you were stranded one day and you actually really needed some help, would they help you? Because there's plenty of what they say fair weather friends. If things are going great for you, they'll be your friend, and as long as you're paying for everything, they'll be your friend. Or are these people that you're with or around, are they there for you? Because if they're not, you may be just wasting your time, because everybody can get of somebody to want to be around them if they pay for everything, if they're always the one to take the lead in getting together, providing meals, whatever it is. And you have to really be careful, especially with people who are close to you, like family or near friends, because sometimes people, they do take advantage of you and they don't look out for you. They only look out for themselves. And you find this out when it's too late. And then you think you've done all this stuff to basically be kind to someone out of the goodness of your heart, and they don't really appreciate it. They take you for granted. Long as they didn't pay for it, they don't care. They may even trash the things that you may get for them. As I remember giving things away to people and then seeing them just, basically wasted. I thought there's things I have that people can use, good condition. Sometimes they're practically brand new. And I've seen them just basically dumped. Also bought presents for people. And I've gone a bit overboard, I think. For instance, my friend had a baby, and I went out and bought over £100 worth of things for the baby, and that wasn't really necessary. One gift would have been fine. But I think I feel for people. I just think that, I'd like to help them, because, when you're in different situations, you can use the help. But, it's afterwards I sort of think like, did I go overboard? And it's very important not to do that, because when people think you are like that, they will expect it. And when you are like that, when you are very generous, they don't appreciate it. So it's important to be careful and decide who you're going to give things to, because you have to find somebody who's not only in a difficult situation and needs the help, but somebody who's actually going to appreciate that help. And I'll give you another example. There was a friend of mine, and she had twins and some other children as well, and she needed some help. And my friend, yes, she needed some help when the children were going to school. She didn't have enough money to buy uniforms, so I basically saved up my money and put it aside to give to her as a present for her birthday. Lo and behold, a couple of days later, she had pictures on Facebook with bottles of vodka and cigarettes and whatever else she smokes. So I felt really bad. I felt that I'd given her this money for the children, and she'd used it to party, basically, and to brag to all her friends what a wild time she was having on her birthday. I wouldn't have minded if she would have bought herself a gift, something nice, piece of clothing, something that's useful. But this is a grown woman. Her oldest daughter is 21. Youngest twins were 5. And then there's a couple of girls in between. So, age doesn't even matter sometimes. If people aren't going to appreciate what you have, they're not going to appreciate it. So it's important to be careful who you decide to give your money to. And I think this includes charities as well, because you have to find a charity that's actually going to use the money for what you're giving them the money for. Because some charities, the money gets sucked up in admin fees or paying staff, but you're really giving it for a certain cause, aren't you? So you need to track that and see if it's going where you want it to go, and then donate. And I find the easiest way to actually help someone is if you've been in a difficult situation and you know the situation well, you know what somebody would need in that situation, and then help them accordingly. For instance, I'll just give you an example off the top of my head. A single parent who's leaving an abusive situation may need appliances when they move into their new home, and carpet perhaps for the new home that they are going to move into. And generally this kind of money costs, these kinds of things cost a lot of money, but it's not readily available. And people don't really understand, that this money has to come from somewhere. Otherwise, if you have children, how can you do without these things? And I think another example I'm going to give you that I do know about is that when people are hurt and they go into a hospital, and let's say there was a fire in the house, there was nothing at the hospital for people to put on to their bodies. For instance, it was early morning when the fire had taken place, and there was nothing for them to put on their bodies, having come to the hospital in their pajamas, and it was cold. No facilities, nothing available for them to cover themselves up and basically tend to one member of the family who was injured. And these kinds of situations are where people really need help, and they're so out of it they can't ask you for help because they've just been through a traumatic situation. So I think you have to think about these things, be wise with your money, do help people, help the right people, make sure the money goes where it's supposed to go. And another way of doing it is just asking somebody what they need and buying it for them. That way you know it's going to go to something that's useful. Make sure you don't give them the receipt so they can't return it and get the money back and do whatever they want. But these types of situations, I think you have to, when you're a giver, you have to be aware of, and you have to check. You can't leave it in someone else's hands, because there's a lot of people that need help out there, and very few people who use it for what they need it for. All right? Have a lovely day. Bye.